Welcome to A Fan's Perspective. This is Quick Thoughts. It's your boy Boogie 45. I got my boy Bogey in here. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling really Irish.
It's crazy.
My bad. We wrote the script. You know what I mean? I wrote it in the script. I would be Irish. Happy St. Patrick's Day for those that are actually Irish. I'll celebrate it just for the drinking aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. My old supervisor John was Irish, man. He was cool as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He asshole if you on the wrong side of the fence with him, but he was cool though. Yeah, he was cool, man. Shout out to John.
Yeah, man. Shout out to John, man. Hey, listen, man. I know a couple Irishmen. They don't play. You know what I mean?
Nah, he ain't mess around. Yo, you know what's so funny?
That are hated on in the Anglo-Saxons, right?
You know what's so funny, right? There was a fight in my job like years ago before I had left, and the dude got knocked out, right? And I guess the dude was saying like, "Yo, man, he snuck me, this, that, and the third." So he was going around telling people that he got snuck. So John was like, "Nah, he didn't get snuck, man. The guy just walked up to him and punched him right in his face. He didn't get snuck."
Hey, here's the thing. Hold on. The Irish dude got snuffed, or
no. It was an employee. John was
okay. Because here's the thing, them fighting Irish, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and some was a hood
drinking, and they put the dukes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like some was a hood dude, but I guess he was tied up in some gang shit or whatever, and another, I guess the cat who popped on him, I guess some of his homies must have jumped dude, or people he affiliated with must have jumped dude. So when dude seen him, it was on sight. He took his keys out of his pocket, walked right up to him. "You from such and such?" And he like, "What?"
Oh, he hit him with the Wolverine. I used to call it the Wolverine.
No. Nah, he ain't used the keys. He just decked him. He decked him and started stomping him out.
Because the Wolverine is vicious. You know what I mean? You know when you get the keys.
Nah, somebody else got beat up at my job with a key. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wolverine action, bro.
But so I seen this video the other day, right? And I wanted to speak on this because when you start things, it's not easy when you're starting out doing something that you never done before. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring this up and then we're gonna chop it up on it.
Yeah. Find you something safe to play with, please. What? No. Find you something safe to play with, bro.
Yeah, can I get a picture, blood? What is everybody good? What you doing? Right down, good job. I got that whole thing. Find you something. I got this cleaner for your house. It's an organic cleaner. And what they do? They clean everything so bad credit. Like, see that spot right there that's blacker than my mother's house? This is organic. They clean everything. I just cut it up. So I just deal with what I do on this on the time. Oh, yeah. You got to pay me to do it, though. You can turn it off. Chris. Where's you so much? How you doing? Did you get some yet? Man, I got the best thing since cake and ice cream. Bryce. Yeah. Did you get some yet? Hey, how's it going? Shake a hand, meet a friend. Did you get some yet? All right, hit me for sure, yeah.
Let's go.
Future.
Ladies, do me a favor, back up. Don't put your cameras up, please. Sorry. Put your camera down, player.
Now, just to put some context to the video, this is the funny salesman. He on Instagram, he's trying to sell a shoe cleaner, and he be, cracking jokes while he's doing it. You know what I mean? So it's just showing you him trying to sell his product and, the response that he's getting. So I'm just, just giving some context to it.
I know you got your skits and shit, brother. I need you stand right there. I like what you do, though.
I like it.
Yo, watch out.
Chris, I get a picture, bro?
Yeah,
come on.
Huh? Get it.
Shit, you gotta turn on camera mode. Yeah, they're gonna think you took a picture by yourself.
Yeah, on God.
Yeah. Man, we
gotta
do a video, bro. I gotta do a shit.
I DM you.
Huh?
I DM you.
When you go walk up on, and there's no disrespect, but a lot of times when you be going to approach other people, I think sometimes they don't see the hustle. You heard me? And there's no disrespect to them. Because you can't, I'm not upset with them for what they can't see, but you my brother for real. I told you, like I've stayed in your DM before all this, and I told you, I said, I respect your hustle. If you gonna work, go to work. If you gonna stay home, stay home. But if you stay home, don't ask for no motherfucking money, nigga. You hustle. Your pride don't come away from
Yeah. So, Bogey, what you make of that video right there?
Was that who was that? Was that Gates talking after?
Yeah, that was Gates.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember his name.
Kevin Gates.
I mean, okay. I have a couple thoughts here. I'm never mad at a man who's hustling, but at the same time, you know, like you gotta be pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think you should pick and choose, because it's like you hustling, you selling a product. It's either they want it or they don't.
You're making me feel better because I did say pick and choose ? Like you know what I mean?
That's
my first instinct. Like he's just grinding.
Yeah, it's either they want your product or they don't. But see, the first one with Birdman coming all crazy, like that was uncalled for. Like, what's all the extra super tough nonsense for? Like, you a multi-millionaire, you see a dude hustling. A lot of these dudes he pulled up on, about half of them were hustlers or call themselves hustlers. Boozy, Birdman, Gates, you know what I'm saying? They call themselves Future, they call themselves hustlers. So when you see somebody hustling, it's like, damn, like you just brush them off like fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you know
for real.
But you can't, but the people who starting stuff, you know, starting a company or a business or a brand, like this is the things you got to deal with. You don't feel no way about it because you're just starting. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what it is, bro, too? And another thought I had is like, if it was a little kid doing it, they'll probably give them like bands. Here, kid. That looks, you know, because it looks good for them.
Yeah.
But why is it like if it's a grown person, he's just trying to get his grind on? You know what I mean?
I really don't get, because I've seen him get into it with another. About, right? Yeah, I've seen him get into it with another actor, and he wasn't the aggressor. He wasn't he wasn't aggressive at all. It was the guy was just overly tough. And I'm just like, what is all the extra tough shit? It's either you like the product or you don't. Yeah. Now, I will say, homie, is persistent.
Like sometimes honesty is the best policy, but it's like that was extra much. Some of them really got angry about it.
And you notice there was only two people, well, actually three, that acknowledged him. Bryson Tiller, actually Future's bodyguard, that's the fourth one. Future's bodyguard acknowledged him. Kevin Gates and Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Chris Brown. So, you know, when they say never meet your heroes, that's exactly what they mean. Right there. Because you meet them and they mess around and be an asshole. Now, you dudes that say you from the streets and you hustle and you see another hustler coming through trying to sell a product, you ain't, even if you're not interested in the product, let them down easy, bro. Damn. Yeah. You got to pay me to do that. Put that camera down. Like,
they weren't even doing anything illegal. Like, what do you to put the camera down? But just say, hey, politely, don't film us. You're not doing anything illegal that like we can't film. Like the over aggressive nature.
Yeah, the overly aggressive shit is ridiculous. Like, you know, all that's fake rapper shit.
You believe in karma?
Not really.
Like, I don't mean to get philosophical, but like, because I believe in karma, and karma, you know, if you believe in karma, period, I believe it applies to everything. Like, I believe in bad money karma, good money karma. I believe in just good and bad karma, period. You can apply that to everything. Like, I won't do someone dirty in a deal because I feel like I don't want to get dirty. You know, I won't cheat on my girl because I don't want her to cheat on me. Like, you know, I believe in karma. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these guys, they get up to a certain point and they forget where they came from when they was the ones trying to come up, not even looking for a handout, just grinding. You know what I mean? Like being appreciated for your grind, that's one thing, but they're not, say this guy, he's not even looking to be appreciated. He's trying to make a money. You know what I mean? So he don't give a fuck about what you think. You know what I mean?
And like I said, even if you're not interested in the product, you could let them down easy, my G. Like, damn, like, you know, all the overly tough aggression, when you're not coming aggressive, that's how I know you phony. That ain't really you. Because his approach didn't call for aggression.
Yeah.
So you come in and with this overly aggressive shit, it's like, bro, stop it. Stop it. You know what I mean? Just kill that BS. You know what I'm saying? But for people who start in businesses or starting a career, you know, this is walking your dogs, especially if you're hustling. You're an entrepreneur, this is walking your dogs. You got to be able to go out and sell your stuff. You have to be a people person. Everything ain't about the internet sometimes. Sometimes you have to touch the people and get yourself known. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, he's up. He got like 2 million followers. So, I mean, you got to follow him. Got to go outside and meet people and approach people, you know? And I'm not saying every encounter is going to be a success, but you got to do it. You got to do it. If you say you a hustler, entrepreneur, whatever, and somebody, you know, you out there, you got to do it. Now, some hustles isn't strictly online, but sometimes you got to pop out, especially when you're starting out. You want to touch the people. You want to get people familiar with your product. You gotta go out there. It's like back in the days when they used to have the matter of fact, Dyson, right?
The vacuum,
right? Great vacuum, by the way. But
there's another one.
No, but listen, with Dyson,
the Kirby, even
before Dyson blew up, Dyson had people going from door to door selling their products.
Canvassing like a mother.
Going from neighborhood to neighborhood selling their products. And then now you look at Dyson, it's like top of the food chain. You know what I mean? Vacuums like $400.
When it comes to cleaning products.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think the other one is competition with them is Shark. You know, so at the end of the day, it's just like, man, when you start out, it's gonna be rough, rugged, and raw. You know what I mean? You just gotta stay persistent when you hustle. And shout outs to the funny salesman. That's a homie name, the funny salesman. Yeah, shout outs to him, man, because every time you see him, he hustling.
I hope he gets it, like like not like as in like he gets got. Like I hope he gets it, man. Like you know, he's grinding.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, right? If he were to get bought out by a major company, you know what I'm saying? Them same people gonna be looking, yo, damn, bro.
I remember he walked up to me.
I wouldn't even say nothing. I wouldn't even, you know, it's just like, I wouldn't even acknowledge you. Oh, bro, nah, save it.
Remember me?
Because I don't care how mature you feel like you are or above it. You remember the people that tried to shit on you when you was hustling and trying to come up. You remember that shit.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, as you know, as mature as he is, when that chick pulled up on him on the red carpet, and she said, "Oh yeah, I remember you from high school." He said, "Yeah, I remember you too. I was the corny kid, right?" She like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I was the corny kid. Like how you like me now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now you interviewing me on the red carpet.
Exactly. You interviewing me. Yeah. So
I love those stories.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? But you can't really focus
on that.
That's
karma too. It came around and just took a bitter right in her face. Like, listen, like, look at you.
And it just
goes, say about me.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you that, you know, when you starting out anything, man, it's gonna be rough. It ain't gonna be no easy road. You know, it's gonna be rough. But if you stay persistent and don't quit, you're gonna get what you deserve in this game, man. You understand? All right. On to the next topic.
That was a bar.
Yeah, so Mystical. Oh man, Mystical.
Oh no, not again. I have no idea what you're about to bring up, but I already know it's not good.
Here we go. Mystical. What is up with this dude? Okay. rapper Mystical pleads guilty to third-degree rape. Will be sentenced. Sentence will be capped at 20 years. Okay. The rapper's whose real name is Michael Tyler was accused of beating, choking, and robbing a woman at his Ascension Parish home in 2022. The victim said Tyler took her keys and her phone so she couldn't leave. While she was looking for her missing money, she was forcibly R-word. Once the essay was over, Tyler allegedly let the woman leave after he forced her to send him money via Cash App. He was indicted for first-degree R, simple criminal damage to property, domestic abuse, battery by strangulation, simple robbery, and false imprisonment in the assault. He pleaded to an amended charge of third-degree R. The sentencing will happen in June, and Tyler faces a maximum of 20 years in prison.
You know,
He had faced,
right?
look, he had faced a life term had he had been convicted of the initial charges against him.
I was just about to say that.
Tyler previously faced similar allegations in 2004 after sexually assaulting his hairstylist. He spent 6 years in prison following the arrest and was a registered sex offender upon his release.
And then Cash Money signed him for a year. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what was crazy too is like because he remember. First of all,
but what you think about that? First of all, like what you think about that?
I think it's horrible, and it doesn't surprise me. Unfortunately, because he's a repeat offender.
Yeah, the first time, the first time when I heard about the situation, it was like a chick had stole money from him. Somebody that used to work for him or whatever.
Yeah,
they stole money from him, and then they pretty much blackmailed her. Like, okay, you do this for me, and then I won't turn you into the authorities. And I always thought like that was kind of weird. Like, why not just
tell the authorities?
Just turn it over to the authorities. Like, why do you want to have sex with a girl under those conditions? Like, what the yeah, that never made no sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even gonna try to defend Mystical in any way. And there's not even a but about what I'm gonna say.
Man.
I'm just saying, like, he's fucked up and he needs to, like, there's something going on up there. Like, look at what you just said. This guy is willing to like make he's willing to make guidelines to get it, like stipulations to have the box.
Shit, you know what I mean? Ridiculous.
Like that shit's crazy. I think he might have an actual like nymphomaniac type of issue here going on where like he can't control himself. He has to have it so much that he takes it. He's a fucking repeat offender. He takes it, bro. You know what I mean? Like relations, and everyone knows what I mean. Relations are a mutual thing. You know what I mean? When it's not, it's being took. That's R. You know what I mean? Like
that's real.
And when it comes to Mystical in this case, remember, bro, when he was life after No Limit, he was the megastar. He was simultaneous with the Neptune's rise. You know, Mystical was one of the first artists that you know when Pharrell was going like I'm producing whole albums. You know what I mean? Mystical was one of those first ones. He had to hit danger. Get on the floor. The man right here. Even those lyrics are bad. Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
damn,
you know,
those lyrics are bad.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, Mystical did his thing. I mean, Mystical was a superstar. You know what I mean? He knew how to make them hits. I just feel like music wise, he should have got. I mean, No Limit did take him to that level, but then he ended up signing with Jive. I think No Limit might have been.
When he went with Jive and he did that project with Pharrell, he was out of here, bro.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, come on, okay. Remember, Move, bitch, get out the way, right? Yeah. That was like basically the world's introduction to and this was Too Short on it too. It was introducing the world to Ludacris and Little John production, and it was featuring a heavy hitter at the time, Mystical and Too Short. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? B.I. shit like that. That whole era, he was tight in there, even though he was from New Orleans.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, man, and you know what I mean. I'm pretty much off this. I'm not about to say free that man because to be honest, bro, you might need to go sit down, bro. You might need to go sit down because you got a problem.
Actually have karma.
Because look, that's the third time. The first time he got locked up, the second time was an accusation, and this is the third time. You understand what I'm saying?
And he immediately pleaded.
Come on, bro.
He pleaded immediately, so he knew he couldn't get life if he blew trial.
Exactly. They bluffed him to take that 20-year sentence.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, he's gonna die in the box with some crazy motherfucker in his backside because that's what they deserve. I'm sorry.
Hey, next. All right. So, last but not least, we're gonna talk about the 50 versus everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
50 versus everybody. Now, Mano dropped a song named The Algorithm, right?
What do you think of that?
It was decent.
For Mano standards, right?
Yeah. I don't look at Mano.
I don't really think he's him. I think him being real in the streets made his music hit harder.
Yeah, I don't look at Mano as a bossmith, but I do. I like I said, I'll be lying if I say there's not a couple songs that Mano made that I didn't like. There's a couple songs I do like KOB. It's not really a big song, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, King of Brooklyn, I like that song. I like the beat, everything, like, you know what I'm saying? But Mano,
it's kind of like his Magna Corpus or whatever they call it, his Magna Carta or whatever it is. Like that song is the one that I would go to if I was thinking Mano as an artist. Like what you know what I mean? Like if he died, God forbid that. I'm just saying, like that would be the one of like, oh, Mano has a joint, bro. This one, KOD.
Okay.
KOB.
So, after Mano dropped The Algorithm, right? He went on Vlad and did an interview. I seen parts of it.
I seen the entire interview.
Okay. So I'm gonna just show a little clip, you know what I mean? A little short. Let me see.
Oh, where you got a clip?
It says, oh, Bar ripped him. Oh.
Wait. Which line are you talking about?
Yes, it's everybody didn't catch the line. So, you see this shot where he says
at the barbershop.
Yeah.
That's where your face got cut.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to reference. Yeah.
But he referenced that, but he also referenced the guy's name.
Oh, that was his name.
Yeah.
Bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
He referenced his name. So now I'm saying, I'm thinking, okay, now this is personal. Now you're talking street. People now are like intrigued by that story in general. The only reason why that conversation is relevant is because he cut me. Why nobody talk about the whole bunch of he cut? It's only because he cut me that makes it relevant. And now you saying it, I don't know why he's saying it as if it was like a strike against my character, because it's not. We cut each other. Okay?
You cut him first, he cut you second.
I cut him first, he cut me back.
Me and him just been through some ass kids. We playing razor tag on the Lord's Fair.
Razor tag.
It ain't that I've had it or he's had it. Wasn't like that. On that. New York on a different type of time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We was blowing guns in the town, hammers. We came to jail. We had razors and knives, so that's what we was doing each other.
No bit. I cut many guys. All right? It is what it is.
I got to my cell, held up the mirror. I was like, oh, look at my face. And the stitches was like this. I probably had like 50 stitches.
Right, so now when he does that, I'm saying, oh, he going to like street. And this is why now I can't even, I gave him his credit. Yeah, I can't give him to him no more. And says.
Yeah, so Mano, and it's another one. Another highlight.
Had real serious street beef with a lot of very serious guys.
Who?
Jimmy Henchman.
They got spanked. Nigga, are you crazy? They got spanked. What is wrong with you?
What do you mean they got spanked?
Black, please. Trust me when I'm telling you this. I don't really want to go into all this, but they got spanked. What is wrong with you? Jimmy had his way. People died. What are you talking about?
Jimmy had his way?
What are you talking about?
I mean, Yayo's house got shot up over that situation. I understand that. But ultimately...
Think about what you're saying and think about what happened.
I just thought of Vlad
meaning
as like...
that Jimmy's doing double life?
Listen.
Vlad is crazy.
In that no situation, that situation, they wasn't a victor in that situation, brother.
Right.
Okay, so
but I feel like these guys stood their ground.
Who stood what ground?
I think G-Unit stood their ground.
I believe Vlad. G-Unit did stand their ground because I read that whole case, bro. G-Unit stood their ground. You know what I mean? They took losses, but they stood their ground. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout outs to Crown TV, because that's where you're gonna find that case at. Shout outs to Crown TV. They back
Crown
doing
TV,
content.
they do a lot of good work over there.
Yeah. Look up that whole situation on Crown TV.
Motherfuckers out there, don't we end up on Crown TV now?
Yeah. Now hold on, let me check this one with.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
And it's easy to go for with the folklore. What else? Who else?
World.
You don't even know World. World is my childhood friend. Okay. Listen, this is things. He wasn't.
They didn't have beef with World.
Listen, that wasn't no.
The shooting that happened after the Hot 97.
Listen, this is when I don't even want to get into it.
Okay.
One incident happened. Right? You think you really into it with somebody with one incident?
Good night.
Yo, bro,
the stabbing incident at the Bible Awards.
Yo, listen, look.
You gotta cooperate.
I don't have no reason to believe the extra gangster shit. You believe whatever you want to believe. I ain't here to
tell you about actual incidents. We saw the video at the Bible Awards, right?
What happened at the Bible Awards?
The guy that attacked them and ended up getting stabbed.
Attacked who?
Attacked Dr. Dre.
What they had to, yo, bro.
They were there for Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, leave me.
They were signed to Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, listen to me. I'm not gonna debate you on another man. All I'm speaking from my perspective, and it is what it is. Like, I don't have no reason to believe nothing extra. Those incidents that you're talking about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People lost a lot. Like,
all right, let me put some context to that real quick.
Yeah,
man.
Please do.
All right, so 50 beef with Jimmy. He beefed with World. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is after Preem. You know what I mean? Now, 50 defended himself. He stood tall. Hold on a second. He stood tall in those beefs. You know what I'm saying? He defended himself and he didn't tell. Now, was he the victor in every single one of those beefs? Not necessarily. But like I said, when you talk about war, right?
It's little battles.
If you beefing with somebody and the person you beef with goes to prison and you're still on the street and you're still alive, then you're the winner. You're the victor. You see what I'm saying? Because look, with Jimmy, Jimmy was getting at them. He was putting in work on G-Unit, right? But at the end of the day, Jimmy whole crew told on him and put him in prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like 50 tapped out and said, nah, bro, I had enough, bro. Let's try to see if we can squash this. No, I ain't squashing no beef and no bully. We could bang it out to the end. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, and then with the World situation, that was one incident. He got into, you know, him and Lil Kim wasn't seeing eye to eye, and World got involved. Situation happened in Jersey. They leaving the hotel. They got to a little bang out or whatever. Ain't nobody get hit. It is what it is. You can't say 50 no punk though. Let's not even draw that narrative. Like with Mano, you can't say Mano no punk or any less gangster because he got cut, because he was doing the cutting too.
Remember when Fifth
and Boston Bar, the one that's behind the wheel that allegedly cut him, that was talking, he doing life. He got out.
Talked for what?
No. Listen, he got out and he linked with Mano. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
He ended up getting caught up in a double murder after he did his long bid and ended up catching life.
Now he's in life for real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He did a long sentence before he got out the first time. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the case, like, you can't make any one of them look like a punk. Ain't none of them no punks. Mano a gangster. Point straight and plain.
You know want to know what sucks, bro?
50 a gangster, straight and plain. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
So regardless of all the antics or whatever the case may be, when it come down to it, they're gonna stand tall behind what they believe in. Point blank. They just into it with each other. They clashing. Mano, you know, and Mano kind of caught it straight because Mano ain't have a problem with 50. 50 helped get Mano a deal. But if I tell you I'm cool,
he's on record for giving him credit on many interviews.
He gave him credit, but the first time it happened was when Mano had liked the post about Mel Murder, because Mel Murder and Mano was from the same hood.
Yeah.
And he told 50, hey, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But then the second time,
it is deep to a petty king.
Yeah, but way Mano looking at it like, I don't care nothing about what you talking about.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know that it ain't deep. Melly from my hood.
And he kept saying, listen, man, I've never said anything about you.
He never did.
Props for putting me on. Like, he gives Fifth, because, you know, Fifth does have a long rap sheet.
But
for being the guy, when artists are locked up, he's ready for that artist. When they come out, he has a situation for them, or he's at least trying to help them for whatever reason.
That's all cool and all. That's cool
Especially
and all.
when you're in New York.
That's cool and all, but you're not going to sun me, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have me like
After
your little
the
boy.
fact.
Like, we grown over here. You're not going to sun me just because you gave me an opportunity.
Call on me.
You're not gonna sign me like a record deal, like all the stuff he did for Yayo, and then throw me in the motherfucking bushes. It ain't happening, bro. That ain't flying with everybody. You feel what I'm saying?
Call on me.
So it's like, would you trade respect for money? That's the question.
No.
Would you trade respect for money?
No.
Because ain't enough money in the world gonna make me feel like, oh, well, he got me paid, so I'm gonna just let him violate me. What? Nah, we could get into it today after we did the deal or whatever you did for me yesterday. Respect is a two-way street, man.
Call on me.
You know what I'm saying? Respect is a two-way street. So it's like when Mano aligned himself with Jim, he knew Jim had issues with Fifth, but he like, listen, me and Jim is cool. What you and him got going on ain't got nothing to do with me. But if I tell Jim that we tight and we cool, and you throwing shots at him, and then you get to end up throwing shots at me too.
And then he does the joint with Max.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I love the pettiness of it. Here's what I was gonna bring up. Fifth, you know, when Drake was going through the whole thing with Kendrick, Fifth was a Drake supporter. He was like, you know, Drake, I called him, I talked to him, I was like, listen, you know what I mean? Bully to bully type shit. But here's the thing, it's like,
oh, that's why Drake got to spinning that G-Unit chain in his diss record video?
Yes.
That 100%. Was so corny. Yo, that was so corny, bro.
So corny.
That was corny. You should have had the OVO chain spinning, not the G-Unit chain. That ain't.
You know what's crazy about that too is Fifth, like, because you know it didn't all exactly end like well with him and Dre, so to speak. They had it was all good and fine and dandy, and they have.
But what that got to do with Kendrick?
Well, here's the thing is like, because if Fifth is that petty, right? Like, he's like, listen, Drake, this is what you got to do when your back's against the wall. You know what they used to call Drake? The new Ja Rule when that situation was going on. You know what I mean?
He is like another Ja Rule. Because and let me say this, like, it's not in a negative way. You know what I mean?
It's just the singer
It's
rapper.
just a singing rap, yeah. And Ja Rule didn't start that. That started, LL Cool J started that.
Even Nelly, even after LL,
I guess.
Nelly.
But LL was really the one. You know what I mean? Everybody else came after him.
LL was barred up. Like, LL was gassing.
Yeah,
he wasn't
sure.
like he would. But I get what you're saying though with LL because geared towards the females. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Females are at the show, not the gangsters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, as far as 50 and Pat Boots, like I said, Pat Boots, 50 already was trolling Clarissa like not too long ago. So I guess that's when Pat chose, okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw a diss record at him or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
but see, Fifth on a different type of timing with it for real. Like, if you talking shit about him, he's just gonna air out your dirty laundry.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna really like, I mean, I don't think Fifth is rapping on the same level he was. But then again, I heard some new stuff, so I don't know. It could, he might have just needed to dust the mic off, getting dust the studio off, and get in the studio and make some joints. But I ain't really like the song with Max B. I feel like it didn't have that diss record energy. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't, but if there's intricacies.
But it was a diss record though.
Yeah, there's intricacies, and just the fact that Max B was on it, saying, "No more tricks. You guys are, basically listen to the entendres here. No more tricks. This is it." And they're just laughing at the fakes, basically.
Yeah,
but the irony of it is,
but Max B told him.
He has Max B on it.
But Max B told him.
No offense to Max B, but according to the
and I don't really be caring, but when you jumping on diss records and dissing other dudes and your shit ain't all the way right out here.
Smutty. When your shit is smutty.
That's kind of weird, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, you gave up the location of the stripper that's supposedly that you allegedly sent to go pull that home invasion off. And then when you came back on appeal, you had to admit that you sent your co-defendant Pooh Sims to go pull off that home invasion. And if he got an appeal in at the time, and you admitted that you sent him to do that, then that kills whatever appeal he has. So that pretty much sealed his fate.
And he said that to free himself, essentially. Like, listen,
exactly.
You can do what you gotta do, now, but you gotta say this.
Do what you gotta do, but just miss me with the gangster records. You know what I'm saying? Now, Fifth don't give a damn, because Fifth is one of them. Because remember, he did a documentary on the Flores twins. They was running around Chicago on some super gangster shit. They was messing with the cartel, and they fucking told, right? But the way Fifth look at it, this the entertainment business. I don't give a shit. You got to deal with that truth.
He did a whole series on guys that allegedly told eventually.
Yeah, and that's honestly something that Boozy need to learn. Like, you in the entertainment business.
You going there?
Yeah, you in the entertainment business. You know what I mean? You dissing Kodak Black about him telling whatever. Man, Kodak Black is in a bad space right now, bro.
Yeah, poor Kodak.
You know what I mean?
He's really dope.
So you throwing the shovel on him. And I understand now from Boozy. Now, to be fair now, Kodak been coming at Boozy, and Boozy wasn't saying nothing. So we gotta be fair. Kodak kind of deserved some of that smoke that Boozy was throwing at him. And then you jumped in the man live and you was trolling him the other day. So he say, I'm gonna expose your ass.
You know what's so crazy, bro?
But at the end of the day, like, the industry, that shit don't really matter. Like, we see people like Gunna, 6ix9ine, all these people that did weird shit. You know what I mean? And they still got careers. They still getting some kind of money out here. So, and Fifth one of them types, he gonna know your secret and he won't expose it unless you cross him. You cross him, he gonna throw your ass right under the bus tires. So that's just what it is, man.
And I will say this, bro. I want to add one more thing too. Is like, if Boozy's live, it fucks me up that we living in a days that, like, it's motherfuckers that are considered gangster. They get in the comments and start talking shit, trolling. They call it trolling, bro.
That's where we at now.
Corny. I don't give a fuck who is doing it. Remove the name. Whoever's doing shit like that, shit is weak. If you actually intend on fucking someone up, you will never telegraph nothing. You will never be involved in nothing, because if that person ends up missing, you're the first person they come asking about it.
Yeah, but it ain't going. Yeah, it ain't going to turn.
It's all fake. It's all entertainment.
It's all entertainment, and you got to understand. Like, you remember when people used to crack jokes on the block, and then one person gets super serious, and now they get to fighting. See what I'm saying? That's what trolling just got from there to it being a physical aspect.
Oh, it evolved. Okay, I see.
It evolved, but and don't get it twisted. Even online, you can say the wrong shit about somebody, you run into them, and then it'll go up. You know what I'm saying? So we done seen that too. So it just transferred from the streets to online. That's all that is. You know what I mean? But tell the people where to catch you at, Bogey.
Man, you can catch me on YouTube on the Gen Wealth Net. You know what I'm saying? We're on a fantasy football sports hype. Also, man, if you fuck with the music shit, man, just look up Bogard scot-free anywhere you consume your music on all streaming platforms. You can find me. I'm one of them. And you can also find me right here, man. You know what I'm saying? From a fan's perspective.
Yes, sir. All right. So one more thing before I leave.
Sure.
I topped over 500 subs. So I got a giveaway. I'm gonna give the instructions for the giveaway tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's gonna be at, I would say around 1. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for 1. You know what I mean? I'll give the instructions to the giveaway, and you know, whoever win, may the best man win. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, this Boogie 45. This from a fan's perspective. Peace.
Peace.